Hi guys, it's Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and these are your April 2016 Angel Oracle card readings. For this month, I will be using either the Archangel Gabriel deck by Doreen Virtue or Healing with the Angels Oracle cards, also by Doreen Virtue, and of course pulling a color card from the Secret Language of Color Oracle deck by Anna Segal. And if you would like a personal reading with me, just go to my website at angelsouls444.com, the services page. And of course, if you would like to support me on Patreon, I will leave all that information down below. Let's get to it. Hi there, Capricorn. Let's see what's going on for you for April 2016. Lighten up. Ooh, I heard lighten up. That means lighten up on the judgments. Stop contradicting everybody. What the heck y'all been doing? Stop. Oh, this is interesting. Stop criticizing what other people love. Wow. Okay. So for example, if a friend says, hey, I found this great restaurant and I really, really love this place. And you go, oh no, I've heard that place. I've been there. They have the worst food. They are not very healthy. It's this, it's that, blah, 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 blah. Well, you just insulted that person's taste. And they're actually trying to open up to you and trying to share something that they enjoy with you. You can kindly just say, oh, I've been there. I've been there. Yeah, the food wasn't for me, but I'm glad you liked it. You know, I mean, quit insulting everybody, I guess is what we're saying. All right. Or, yeah, just, I don't know, having some judgment around things as if, I don't know, this must be coming up for you guys this month. Or you might get told off. You might get told off. If somebody's just kind of tired of the constant judgment, they might be like, just because you don't like it. All right. Sorry, but that's what was coming through. Classes, that almost makes me feel like someone's going to school you. Oh, watch it. To some extent. I'm not kidding. To some extent, someone's going to, we'll just leave it at that. Someone's going to let you know. Listen only to love. Ooh. So we'll talk about that too. This is a weird message coming through for you guys. Authenticity. Okay, thank you. They're saying some of that judgment is coming because you feel like diminished in some way. It's insecurity, and that's why you're jumping out and trying to like tear people down. And you think you're being very loving, but that's not real love. When you're judging your friends, when you're telling them how to live, when you're telling other people like this is how it should be, you're not in your love space. And actually that's about you. And it's about, like I said, about your insecurities and your fears. So take that opportunity this month. I know that's an uncomfortable thing to hear. Nobody wants to hear that. But listen, hey, yo, I got to be honest with you, right? Okay. So as things kind of unfold this month, if somebody kind of comes and does school you a little bit, try not to take it personally. I know that's a really hard thing to do, but just look at yourself and go, why do I do that? I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty. I am such a complainer, or I still am a complainer. I'm not a fully evolved human. I'm working on it, right? So there are things that I complain about, and I'm sure people will be like, oh my gosh, you're so negative. And maybe I am being, but it comes from fear of being controlled. So anyway, law of attraction. Ooh, big message. So let me just gently lay these down so I don't knock my camera around. Get the cards, put them in order. Let's get going. So the first card, like I said, is classes. Learning and teaching are a part of your higher calling. For some of you, this could be literally you are teaching, or you're going back to school, or something like that. But this can also just mean something's coming up for you that is a learning opportunity, and it's bringing the energy back to you. They're calling it independent study. But I don't think they mean it in the way that we would think of independent study. We're just studying on your own. Independent study means I'm learning things about myself and how I function, what my triggers are. See, sometimes there are situations in our world and we don't know why we're reacting the way that we are. I had one long ago where I just was like, roar, at every turn, and I, just wanted to criticize everybody, and I judged these people for their actions. And I was like, I just can't be in here. I got all self-righteous. I mean, it was bad. And then years later, I looked back and I was like, oh my gosh, I see that was trigger number 1, trigger number 2, trigger number 3. No wonder I was uncomfortable there. It was making me face all my stuff. It was making me face some old pain that I really hadn't worked through. So really being in that situation with those people was a blessing and a gift. But at the time, I couldn't see it. I just wanted to blame them for how I was feeling. So the next card we have is listen only to love. Don't allow fear to distract you from your divine mission. Yeah, because when we're in that energy, we're pulled down. Say it again, please. Yeah, so again, seeing the purity and the love in other people and not assuming that the way you think is the right way and how everybody else thinks is the wrong way. I mean, look at that example I gave right at the beginning, that simple example. Just because somebody loves a restaurant that you don't like doesn't mean that you have the right to sit there and be like, rah, 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 and complain about it and put like this, your fear into this simple little situation. Come from love. If somebody found something that they can enjoy, great. This also means like if you have, let's say you have somebody around you who's dating someone you don't approve of, if they're happy, you know, unless they're like in a dangerous situation, yeah, then speak up. But listen only to love. If someone is in love or experiencing love, don't do anything to try to drag that down. Again, for you guys this month, it really comes up around criticism. You're learning some really hard lessons. You might want to listen to, oh gosh, I don't remember what date it was, February 22nd? Was it? February 29th? I think it was the February 22nd weekly video. There's a huge message that came through from the angels all about criticism. And all about how that actually just rips at somebody else's energy. So that's going to be a big lesson for you guys this month. Next card is authenticity. Trust that your real self, whom God created divinely perfect, they're nailing it with this message, has the strength and knowledge needed for this situation. See, you're forgetting how perfect and divine you are, and so you're failing to see the divinity and perfection in other people, and so because you're uncomfortable, you're kind of, you know, speaking out. So you already know what to do in every situation. You know how to be loving as long as you are being yourself and not trying to, see, I used to experience this too with a lot of New Yorkers. They wanted to seem like they knew everything. Some of these people I would be around, again, nothing against New Yorkers, I'm just talking about a very small group of people. But they wanted to seem like they were the most cultured. So they would become inauthentic. They would contradict everything I said just so they could be the smarty pants, right? That's what we're trying to avoid here. That's what we're trying to learn how not to do. Just be you. And if you don't know something, be like, oh, I'm not familiar with that, or refresh my memory on that. What was that again? It's really easy. And then they're saying you give a portal for connection, because when you're letting yourself be a little vulnerable and not just like a know-it-all in front of somebody else, they feel comfortable to be themselves as well. They realize we're all human. We don't know everything. We're all learning at the same time. All right. So the final card we have before we get on to the color card is Law of Attraction. Keep your thoughts positive and surround yourself with positive people and situations, and you will attract more positivity into your life. So when you're aware of your own negativity, you might realize, I keep looking out because there's like someone standing right outside my window. I guess they're fascinated by what I'm doing here. It's a little like, okay, that's weird. It's happened a couple of times for a couple of readings. But anyway, when you realize the negativity in you, you might be able to pinpoint. This isn't like blaming somebody else for your negativity, but you might find, well, wow, I do surround myself with negative people and negative situations, and look at how I carry this energy. I become a carrier and an expresser of that energy. And you might figure out, okay, I got to do a little cleanup in my life because I don't want to draw in stuff that's not good for me. Now, Law of Attraction says, you know, it all comes back to you. So just remember that as you go through this month. Okay, someone is out there like plotting some sort of revenge. This isn't like terrible, but it's, you know, they're not going to do anything awful. But it's like, okay, I remember what you did, and I'm not going to let that go until there's like retribution or something like that. Remember, any kind of negativity you're flowing out is going to come back to you. All right? So for your color card, we have Peach. Inhale a breath of life. 19. Turn it around, guys. Get back in touch with what is real. Get back in touch with your soul, with love, with the divine. Take a breath. Release all that stress. Something has got you guys wound up, and that's okay. That's okay. We all go through those times. You ought to see me when I'm wound up. Whoa, oh my. You know, I'm like a tornado like whipping through. But anyway, inhale a breath of life, and yeah, they're saying clear. Say it again. Say a bunch of things just came in. You can clear through breath. Clarity comes when you release all that binds you. So through meditation, is that what we're talking about? Yeah, anything that makes you breathe mindfully. So it could be meditation, it could be yoga. But again, if you get involved in a yoga class or something like that where everyone's really pretentious and, you know, making it very materialistic, well, now you're around the negativity again. So just be discerning. Okay, pay attention to your own energy. Do what makes you feel happy. Make sure you're making plenty of time to just decompress. All right, it's going to put you in a state of joy. When you're in a state of joy, you're in that higher frequency. That's where all the gifts of the universe can start coming in, which is what that law of attraction card is also talking about. Okay, so there it is, guys. I am sending you so much love and have a good month. Take care.